What is going on, guys? It is JackUltraMotive here. Now, I'm sure some of you guys have heard around that my Focus RS has gotten rear-ended, and that is true, and this video is going to be a story time of me telling you guys about that. I know it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since the incident originally happened, and that's just because I wanted to kind of wait for time to make sure it's all figured out 100%. And now it's basically come to the conclusion that obviously the car will be going in the shop, it's all taken care of, and we're all good. So now I can just share the story for those of you that were kind of concerned. And I mean, obviously, thank you guys so much for all the kind comments or whatever. I'm fine. I was fine. I mean, it's the car that has suffered a little bit. The only place I really posted about it was on my Instagram story, which is only up for 24 hours, which is another really good reason right there why you should follow me on Instagram. Boom, with the plug. Yeah, no, seriously, you should really follow me up there to get insight on like that kind of stuff, you know. So this started out on December 4th, which was, I believe, some sort of weekday morning. And I was taking the RS out, using it as a daily would, and I was transporting my R32 wheels and tires because I was going to get my tires swapped because they were bad for the R32. So I had them all loaded in the back, and I was basically driving to a tire shop in south of Seattle, someplace around there. And to put it plain and simple, I'm driving down this road, and there's 3 lanes going one direction, as you can see. And right here, I am in the middle lane of this road. And as you can see off to the right, that there is a bus there. So I was driving down, cruising down in the middle lane, and I see on my navigation, and I look over and I see, oh, the tire place is coming up, and it's coming up on my right. So I need to be in the right lane so I can get over and drive into the shop. Now I'm in the middle lane, and there's this bus that is right next to me while that's happening. So basically, I turn signal and slow down a little bit in the middle lane so I can let the bus pass by me, so then I can lane change behind the bus. And apparently, I don't know if a guy behind me was distracted, or I don't know if he was just really unaware of what was going on, because I wasn't like slamming on my brakes or anything. I was just slowing down to let a bus pass. So what obviously ended up happening was that as I'm slowing down, I just get a little whoomp. And as soon as I was braking, I look up in my mirrors kind of instinctively. That's kind of what you do. And I saw him coming. Like, I saw that he was not slowing down whatsoever. So I actually had a little bit of time to kind of brace for the impact. And as soon as I braced and I kind of expected it to happen. And then there's just this 1 second of just nothing happens. And then it's just boom. And it was way worse of a hit initially than I thought that he was. I thought it was going to be kind of like a little bump, but I think he was still cruising at a pretty good speed. I felt the impact. I felt my head just immediately just jolt right back on the headrest, and it's a good thing I didn't have any neck injuries or I didn't feel anything bad. And immediately, because it's so slick on the ground, my car slides all the way down the road, and then it starts spinning, sliding and spinning like a hockey puck just down the road, and then eventually it literally goes up onto a curb. I hear both wheels on the left side just impact up, and the car literally just drifts up onto the curb. I still don't know how far, like once I get on the curb, how much we're still going, like what else am I crashing into? At this point, it just all happened so fast, and it felt like a whole roller coaster of events. Like, I obviously, at that point, I'm like, well, I'm screwed, so I'm just kind of bracing along for the ride here, and there's really nothing I can do. Yeah, so we were both in the middle lane coming down. I was in front, he was behind me, and then there was a bus in this far lane right here, and I basically needed to get into one of these tire shops. So I was braking in the middle of the lane so that I could wait for the bus to go past, and I don't think he was anticipating my braking or anything, and he just continued on and whooped right into behind me, and my car slid all the way up, went over the curb, and ended up sideways right there. Now, when I'm getting out of the car, I'm expecting my whole rear end to be completely gone. I didn't hear any glass shatter or anything like that, but I'm obviously, after that hit on what it felt like, I was expecting my whole rear. I was like, that's it, you know, there goes the Focus. And I'm kind of like in shock at this point, so I can't let all the emotions hit. I get out and I look behind, and I was actually amazed by how little damage there was. It just looks like a little dent. And here is his truck. Which is barely anything, but as you can see, it is a full-on Ford F-150 that hit me. Obviously, it's funny because they're both 2017s, we figured out, and they're both white, and they're both Fords. Now, to tally up the damage, basically what we need to replace is the rear hatch, the rear bumper, the rear left taillight got a little bit chipped, and then my 2 left wheels got curbed really badly, and obviously they're going to need new tires along with that. And what's amazing is that to add that all up, we got an estimate for the quoted damage, and it basically almost is $10,000, which I find really amusing because, I mean, it's a Ford Focus. Although the little thing called the RS badge comes along and makes everything really all expensive, because on the outside it looks like, oh, it's a little hatchback, wouldn't mind hitting this, and then boom, it happens and you realize that, yeah, no, I mean, Focus RSs, that's a lot of damage. To, I guess, kind of ravel it all up to where we are now, the car is going to go into the shop on the 30th of December, so just about a week from now, and it'll probably take about a week in the shop, and it's basically just going to get fixed all the way right back to new on how it was right before the incident. I'm not going to be doing any like crazy modifications or anything like that. But if you are a company, just email me. My email's in the about section of the channel. Let me know if you would want to be on board to maybe build up the RS or, you know, help it out with some modifications, because I think that would be a good way to at least kind of turn this negative event into something positive by at least building this car up. Because I've always been on the fence on doing like a Focus build just because it's my daily, and it's like, should I really, you know, build up and mod up the daily as well? Let me know if you guys want to see that and whatnot. Another big thing that I realized right after this incident happened was I couldn't be any more thankful that I was in that car out of the other two for an incident like that. Like, I know I love my Focus. It's my baby. It was my first car, and I still have a lot of heart to that. However, probably the worst car out of the three that if something like that happened would have been the R32. I mean, that thing would have just been completely demolished if the same collision happened to that. The rear end would just be completely gone. It'd be totaled, and who knows, I could have even been injured. It's just, that's a car that you just don't want something like that to happen to at all, and it would be completely gone, which would have sucked. The R8 would have been, I mean, it probably would have taken the hit a little bit better. However, the value of it, the freaking expense would have been insane, and the value of the car would have dropped heavily from that, and that just wouldn't have been a good day either. Not that this was a good day, but you get it. You get what I'm saying, that I'm incredibly lucky that I happened to be in the Focus out of all things that day, and that's kind of what the whole purpose on like having a daily is that you can at least go out and do your daily chores and stuff like that and not worry if something completely bad happens to it, especially in this off-season bad Seattle weather. I personally wouldn't daily my R32 or my R8 myself, just in case things like that can happen. You don't want something like that to happen to your baby, or at least your show car, or something that just, you know, what, that would be way worse. So that's at least a good point on having, you know, a daily driver or a car that at least gets used a lot more commonly that isn't as prestigious. And another thing I kind of took away from the whole incident is that beforehand I was just, you know, I've made a couple driving mistakes out in the past, and I'm like a fairly fresh driver, you know, I'm still really young and all that. So I kind of just assumed that, you know, if anything really bad's ever going to happen, it's probably going to be my fault. But with this incident in mind, having someone else just kind of slide into me and there's just nothing I could really do, it just really taught me that, you know, out there in the world, other bad things can happen that are not in your control, and you just got to kind of treat driving out there like you're driving in a minefield, and you never know what can go wrong. This incident definitely taught me that, and whenever I'm driving now, I'm definitely like, first thing I do whenever I brake, check the rearview mirror, see if anyone else is sliding into me. I have so much anxiety now kind of on that, and I'm just so much more physically aware when I'm driving on other people and their actions, and just, yeah, you got to realize that, you know, other people aren't perfect out there on the road, especially this time of year in freaking Seattle when it's rainy and stuff. It's like that week when my incident happened, there's a whole ton of other wrecks too, which made it really scary. I know more skids got into a collision, and maybe I think Fresh Kicks had something happen. There's just other YouTubers and other people I was hearing in the area that were just getting into stuff, and it was just really daunting, you know, just to want to go out there and drive. So this definitely kind of was a life lesson on that end. But yeah, I mean, the most I hope you guys can do is at least just be aware out there when you guys are driving, if you are not driving yet or if you currently are, and I guess share some of your bad stories down in the comments below, because I'd love to maybe learn from those as well. I mean, this is obviously, you know, not the most positive stuff on my channel, but I try and take every negative incident and try and learn from it as best I can. So anyways, thank you guys so much for listening along, and obviously I'm completely okay, and that's probably, at least that's the only thing that really matters from the whole incident, is that no one was hurt and everything's all good. But with that all said, this is going to be JackUltraMotive signing the video. We got new hoodies right here, if you guys didn't really notice while watching the video. I'm gonna go over that in the future vlog, but they're kind of up in the store now, and they're pretty sick, so just keep those in mind.
Ultra.